Hey folks, today is Friday, September 13th, 2024. Happy Friday the 13th. I'm Jake Baldino. Let's talk about the gaming news that has been going on this week. A lot of good stuff this week, so let's just go. The first thing is Grand Theft Auto 6 is not delayed. So the rumor that made the rounds earlier this week on social media and caused a bit of a ruckus was the possibility that Grand Theft Auto 6 had internally been delayed, pushing from its second half 2025 type of a release into 2026, which feels like a million years from now. People obviously were pretty concerned about this, but this has seemingly been debunked, at least somewhat. Jason Schreier from Bloomberg, who usually gets scoops, did take to social media to say, good news is that 6 Rockstar employees all told me they have not heard of any delay. I want to be very clear, 6 staff told me they weren't informed of a delay. For all I know, Rockstar's executive team could have decided months ago to delay GTA 6 without telling the company, but the lack of internal announcement suggests that the Twitter rumor was nonsense. So I just want to be clear here, and I think he's being pretty clear. It still very well could be delayed. It is a massive game. It is still pretty far out. Nothing has really been concrete, locked in. Grand Theft Auto games have been delayed after their reveal. Every game is delayed at this point, so I wouldn't be too surprised. But as of right now, there is no actual official delay. Apparently coming from the horse's mouth, people working at Rockstar. But again, I don't want to be like the doom and gloom guy here. I think there's still a very strong possibility it could be delayed at some point. Maybe it's just me. I know so many people are waiting for this game, and I've seen the jokes on Reddit and stuff, like people are going to be watching the before you buy of Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2027 or whatever. But I think with the amount of games coming out and with the fact that Grand Theft Auto 6 still just feels like this abstract concept to me, this far off thing, a delay, fine, whatever. But we'll just have to wait and see when the game actually releases and whether or not I'm still alive. Is that dark? That's dark, especially if I die and then people repost this. Anyway, I'm not dying. Okay. The reason I'm not dying is because of this other news that has totally given me life. Tony Hawk himself, the Birdman himself, has gone on record saying he has met with Activision about future plans. On Mythical Kitchen, he did say that there is something planned for the anniversary. You may have noticed that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater social media accounts have been updated, like new logo and stuff for the 25th anniversary. So he said something is planned, but he wouldn't be specific. He said, and I quote, on Mythical Kitchen, I wish I could tell you more, but I can tell you that we've been talking to Activision again. We're working on something. It will be something the fans truly appreciate. This is very exciting, especially at first glance. I got very excited. I got very riled up at this, but this could be anything. For the 25th anniversary, it could be like they're just releasing a Fortnite skin or something. God, who knows? But at the very least, I do appreciate that Tony Hawk is trying. He went on record a couple years back about how Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 HD remake was going to be a thing, and they were trying to get it going, but with Activision Blizzard and all that, it fell through. So I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. I know people very quickly point to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 and how much of a disaster that game was, but then I always point to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD remake, which in my opinion is one of the best games ever made. One of the best remakes, the best example of Tony Hawk's gameplay. But I digress. This could be nothing. This could be a little something. This could be a new Tony Hawk game some down on the line. There's no way of really knowing, but I'm just happy to have a crumb, a morsel, Every fandom, every group, people that are a fan of one thing that's been dormant for a long time, if they hear a little something, they're just happy. Like Soul Reaver fans recently. But anyway, let's move on. Of course, earlier this week, I didn't do it at the top of the show, but the PS5 Pro has officially been announced. It's got a November 7th release date. Pre-orders September 26th, and it is $700 in the US and a lot more everywhere else in the world. Along with that, it is a digital-only device, and if you want, you have to purchase a separate disk drive attachment, as well as if you want to have a vertical stand, you have to purchase that separately as well. So the PS5 Pro is going to cost a pretty penny. What it is bringing is essentially a bigger GPU, and with that is going to come apparently more easily implementable ray tracing, faster ray tracing, better looking lighting, of course, and also PSSR, which is PlayStation's version of using machine learning, AI-driven upscaling. So a lower resolution game will use artificial intelligence to essentially up-res that image in a way that doesn't impact performance and makes the game look better. Mark Cerny took to a 9-minute PlayStation video explaining how, and I think this is the good part, and this is the interesting part of it, that when given the choice between fidelity and performance modes, most players, he said 3/4 of players typically choose performance mode. So the idea is that the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to bridge that gap, less compromises. They showed off a couple of things like The Last of Us Part 2 remaster running in a mode that has a higher frame rate, but also doesn't sacrifice graphical fidelity. It's going to be on stuff like Spider-Man, you know, the first party stuff that you'd expect, as well as a couple of third-party partners announced like Final Fantasy VII. But in YouTube videos, it's very hard to tell those slight differences, but the performance is nice and welcome. But for $700+ depending on where you live, that of course is going to be up to the person. A lot of people are just not into this. I think for a lot of people it's that extra. If you have physical games, you have to pay even more for a disk drive on top of that massive cost. In some territories, you know, if you have PC parts that are available and at a good price, some people are considering, is now the time maybe I just move to PC and have a little bit more choice of when I want to upgrade and for how little or how much. It's all over the place. I'm curious to see how this one goes. I didn't find the announcement very exciting personally, but of course we're going to be making a video, before you buy video, on this PS5 Pro when it announces, so that you can make up your mind and decide for yourself. Definitely want to know what you guys think about that one, because it is a very hot topic. Some people don't think it's necessary. Some people are trading in their stuff at like GameStop or something like that and are happy to kind of cut the cost. Some people were waiting to buy a PS5 and now they might buy this. Whoever you are, whether you're pissed or you're excited, let's talk. Hey, next up, this episode is sponsored by Saley, a new eSIM app brought to you by Nord Security, who we've worked with in the past. With Saley, you can choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 150 countries. Personally, I just started rocking it on my phone because you guys probably remember I just came back from Gamescom in Germany, where with my carrier, I was getting nailed for roaming charges being overseas daily. With Saley, you download once. An eSIM can only be downloaded once, meaning you don't need to install a new eSIM for each country. And again, if you are traveling, maybe for fun or for work, you don't have to wait in line at an airport or a kiosk or something to get a SIM. You just boop on your phone and you're good. Because of this, and like I mentioned earlier, you can significantly reduce and even eliminate some roaming charges. With it, you can always be connected. Your phone is always connected. You're not wandering around looking for a Wi-Fi hotspot or anything like that. And Saley is compatible with iOS and Android devices. So if you have no data on your device, this is extremely simple to set up and use, and you're good to go. Things have really changed from the old days of managing with SIM cards and all that. Saley is the proof of that. So if you want to check it out, click the link in the description down below or head to saley.com/gameranx, and when you're there, use code gameranx. The first 5,000 people to use the coupon code gameranx will get a 1 GB Saley data plan for free. That's literally free data on your phone. You can watch more of our videos or do whatever you want. So again, that's saley.com/gameranx and use coupon code gameranx. And big thanks to Saley for sponsoring this video. And in some other news this week, some bummer news, Xbox is laying off another round of folks. 650 people have been laid off. This comes after Xbox already doing significant layoffs. And of course, the greater industry, Sony, publishers, platform, everybody doing layoffs. You might be asking yourself, when is this going to stop? How does this industry work like this? The answer for me is I have no idea. We wish all of those folks well. And in another side story, Annapurna Interactive, the entire team resigned. Annapurna Interactive, of course, known for publishing things like Outer Wilds, which is very big for some people, Stray, Neon White, Cocoon, a lot of things. So the team of 25 people behind the games division of Annapurna Interactive have all collectively resigned, specifically around spinning off the gaming segment as its own company. This is from IGN reporting, but apparently when that fell through, when that didn't work out, everybody decided to collectively leave at once, which is a pretty big move. Annapurna did make a statement saying that like the projects they currently have and everything are still going to roll out smoothly, and they're going to work on this like as a transition with everybody leaving. Also, you might be asking yourself, oh, like didn't like a week ago we talk on this show about like Remedy announcing a big partnership with Annapurna and like co-publishing Control 2 and making an Alan Wake TV show and stuff? Well, the communications director at Remedy said, and I quote, "Remedy's deal for Control 2, including Alan Wake and Control AV rights or audiovisual rights, is with Annapurna Pictures, and we are self-publishing Control 2. I hope I made sense. It's 5 a.m. in Finland and I'm jet lagged. Okay, so at least those projects are still going. But we're curious to see what comes of all of this. And if Annapurna Interactive's gaming division essentially closes its doors, we can mourn the fact that they did publish and work on some very good games. I had to kind of condense the whole story, so if you want to read up on it, of course, everything I talk about, all the sources and stuff are linked in the description down below. Now we got some stuff for you if you're looking for something to watch. The first is a whopping 50 minutes of Crimson Desert gameplay. This was at Gamescom. There was a big booth, but there was a line around the block and I wasn't able to see the game. I'm so pissed, but this 50 minutes is a lot. And I really hope this shakes out to be something, because as of right now, this gameplay, like, it is looking as good as it was initially pitched and how those trailers presented. So we'll see. Also, we got a new Dragonball Sparking ZERO trailer. A lot of people have been asking why I haven't been talking about this game. I'm sorry. So yes, what we got now is a reveal of the Buu saga. So there you go. Also, weirdly enough, Flappy Bird is returning. One of the GOATs, the greatest of all time. The Flappy Bird saga was a weird one. The history behind it, the rise and fall, and how fast-paced it was really interesting. But also, I kind of just thought it was a fun, good little mobile game. I don't know if I'm part of the problem, but yes, this game is finally apparently returning soon. It has an official announcement trailer, new features, new modes, and everything. I know it's like the corny phrase, but like, I didn't have that on my bingo card for this year. Also, if we're talking mobile games and being part of the problem, Elder Scrolls Castles is now out. This is Bethesda's kind of Elder Scrolls version of something like a Fallout Shelter, a game that I did kind of enjoy. So there. But in terms of new releases this week, of course, a lot of people are still playing the hot hits like Astrobot or Warhammer 40k Space Marine, or insert a million other things. But we do have some new releases, including I Am Your Beast. I talked about this a while back. This is essentially like a smaller indie game from the people behind El Paso Elsewhere. And this is kind of like a fast-paced, short-round, tactical, first-person Hotline Miami. It's got cool dialogue, cool music, and very fast, twitchy gameplay. I highly recommend it. Also, for fighting game fans, the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is out. The reception so far has looked to be pretty good. So yeah, I mean, the initial reveal trailer blew me away. So I'm happy that people are seemingly eating good on this one. Also, if you're looking for something a little bit more lighthearted but still fun gameplay, Grapple Dogs is out. I love the art style here, and the gameplay does look very fun if you're looking for something 2D and a bit snappy. Also, Towerborne is now in early access. I got to check out this game at Gamescom, and essentially it's the people behind the Banner Saga, but making a very different game. Kind of like a 2D beat-em-up brawler, but spun out with a full RPG experience, like loot, a map overworld, different instances and dungeons to jump in, and multiplayer gameplay. It's a really cool idea. I hope it works out. It's just in early access right now. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot to check out this week if you were looking for something. Also, I do want to end with a really good video. This is from the homies at NoClip, making excellent documentaries and history of video games. And this new one caught my eye. It's fantastic. It's essentially the making of Dust 2. Dust is, of course, like the famous, iconic Counter-Strike map. And I am not like a big Counter-Strike person, but I am an old-timey PC sweaty. So just the history of everything around this, it's just a really well-made video, and I definitely recommend it even if you don't play Counter-Strike. The crew over there for years now, for like 8 years I think, has been doing absolutely fantastic work. NoClip, you guys rule. But with that, let's wrap it up. I want to hear what you guys think about the gaming news this week. I got to get back to work. I am reviewing multiple games at once, so keep your eyes peeled for before you buys for the next week or so. We're very busy. This week we did one on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, but next week is going to be pretty stacked. So again, let me know what you think about the stories this week, whether or not you love or hate the PS5 Pro, what you think about the Grand Theft Auto 6 inevitable delay or possibility of a delay or not. Let's talk about that. What you're playing this week, of course, I definitely want to hear from you guys in that pinned comment down there. That's the thread where you let us know what you're playing. That's kind of like we just use this research for making videos, catering videos to you guys. But I need more coffee. I gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. You know, we're here every Friday to get you caught up on the news real quick. Clicking the like button does legit help us. Thank you. But that's it. If you want to find me and yell at me, I have a YouTube channel called Jake Baldino, social media Jake Baldino. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Pizza's on me.